going on, everybody? I wasn't going to make a video today. I was going to wait until I got all the parts in from my build for my Harley, but I got a couple things I need to do before I get everything in. I need to clean up some stuff on the oil cooler that I did, which I'm going to talk about in this video a little bit. I have a 2009 Ultra, which they didn't come with oil coolers, and if you ride a Harley at all, you know that they get really hot. So I wanted to add an oil cooler. So I had a 2017 Street Glide Special that I really liked the oil cooler design on it. I hated the bike, but loved the oil cooler design on it. So I actually adapted the 2017 and up oil cooler onto my 2009, which took a lot of thinking and research and just buying parts just to see if they'd work or not, which it ended up working. Long story short, I used the charging system out of a 2014 and up CVO. I ended up using the voltage regulator for the Milwaukee 8 because the voltage regulator that comes with the CVO kit doesn't fit the bracket. So essentially I just bought the whole bracket and everything for the oil cooler and the voltage regulator for the Milwaukee 8 bikes, and I used the regulator for that. And then I had to adapt the oil cooler to the output lines on the sandwich plate for the oil filter adapter. So I used a -8 AN push lock to a -6 to get it to the right size, because the Milwaukee 8 oil coolers have a large size output and then a small size on the passenger side of the bike. But yeah, so I just need to clean up a couple things on that before I put it back together. I couldn't get the adapter quick enough, so I ended up actually using a couple flared fittings to fit together to adapt it. And then I actually got the correct piece in a little bit after that. I'm looking for it now. I probably lost it, knowing me. But anyhow, I'm gonna put that on while I got the engine apart. As you can see, everything is in the open this way, and I'll show you the what I got going on here. So I don't know if you can see it, but down there I've got a flare fitting there, going to the line on the large output side. But anyhow, I'm gonna get that taken care of while it's apart, because it's a lot easier to get to. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that deal. I got to clean up the garage from working on my semi. I've got a mess. It's a non-stop. We're always working on them things. Me and my buddy Matt, we took our fifth wheels apart. His broke. We went ahead and did mine, just to make it couple and uncouple easier. But anyhow, I'm going to clean up the garage, and then I'll get to working on some Harley stuff. Alright, well, I decided as I was cleaning that I'm going to go ahead and pull these cam chests apart. Since I got to do it anyway, putting cams in it, like I probably stated before, oil pump, cam plate, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this apart while I'm doing nothing. So, yeah. Well, I like to loosen these up before I get the impact on them, because my little impact usually won't take them off. And I've actually already had this cam cover off once, and I put Loctite, blue Loctite on all the bolts because it's a Harley and they like to shake.
So of course it's going to leak oil everywhere when we get it off. I have no clue if this has stock cams, Screaming Eagle 255 cams. I guess we will see. Looks really good inside. Tensioners are okay. Not the greatest. Chain's probably a little worn out. This motor is extremely clean though. Just weirdly clean. I know on the other video pulling the top end apart, I know it had been apart. But I guess we can go ahead and get this chain and tensioner and stuff pulled off, and we'll get this whole cam chest out. And I usually want to keep all this stuff, but I actually have ARP hardware to go on all this. The only thing I'm keeping is the sprockets. I've got new chains and all that jazz. And now I got to pull the lifters up out of the holes or they're going to fall through on me. That back one has some trash in it. I don't really know what that is. When you're doing this, you definitely want to polish the back of these before you put it back together, because you can't really get to them once you put it back together. You definitely do not want to lose these lifter bars. I also have new lifters. Will not need these. And these definitely are not OEM. They look like S&S lifters. Actually, I have a Harley OEM lifter here, and you can see that the retainers are different, and the weight difference, they're way heavier. The S&S's are, so I'll keep that set. They also have a hardened cup. You can see the hardened cup in them, so. Just more evidence that this bike has definitely been a part. The inner chain looks real nice. It's still nice and hard. It kind of looks new. I'll have to double check the numbers on those, but pop the oil pump out of there. OEM oil pump. And then take a look inside the cam chest and see what it looks like. It looks like that lower oil pump O-ring is definitely new. Get some light in there. So yeah, the lower O-ring right here definitely looks new. They usually have a lot more wear on them if they're not new. And both of these O-rings, neither one's flat, so they're fairly new. Definitely, as you can see in there, does not have OEM inner cam bearings. So yeah, that'll be, I guess, the end of the cam chest teardown, and we'll get to the I'll show you the other side here in a minute. Stuff I gotta fix, and we'll go ahead and fix that, and then we'll just be waiting on parts. Alright, so we got our cam chest out, and what we found with that, as you saw earlier, was the O-rings are new, the oil pump looks decently new, there's not really much wear on the rotors at all. The cam plate actually has a bronze bushing, and I would have to check on the revisions of that, but I know at some point there was a revision where there was a bronze bushing and they took it out, so I just have to see what revision that was. The cam plate may be just original. The inner chain seemed like it was new. It didn't have much play in it at all. The outer chain seemed like it maybe had been worn a little bit. It was definitely used for a little while. It has Screaming Eagle bearings in it. I did double check the part number on that. They are Screaming Eagle bearings. So it's definitely been a part. Not sure why. Like I said, I haven't owned the bike since it was new. But yeah, they're stock cams. It does not have Screaming Eagle cams. It had a 256 and a 255 cam, so it's just OEM for these years. So that's that. And before I end the video, I just wanted to touch on Dennis Kirk, the website. I order stuff unhealthily. Like, I order so much stuff online, it is completely unreal. Between parts for my semi, motorcycles, customers' bikes, my cars, my personal stuff. Like, I order a lot of stuff online. I deal with a ton of companies. Not like this matters to my 20 views that I'll get on my video. However, I did want to say something about Dennis Kirk's website. I ordered all of this stuff for my bike from Fuel Moto and Dennis Kirk. I ordered it's all right here next to me that I ordered from Dennis Kirk. I ordered the cam install kit from Fueling because it comes with ARP hardware. We'll go through that. Push rods, a clutch spring, and a timing chain. From Fuel Moto, I ordered the cam plate, the oil pump, and I ordered a new tuner as well because mine took a crap, the Power Vision. And since Fuel Moto has such great, they have such great service with the tunes and stuff. They have a tune that they've done a few bikes with the same setup that mine will be. So I'll have the tune close before I take it to the dyno. I also have wide bands in my bike. I have a DynoJet. It's either Target Tune or just the wide band kit. Probably Target Tune if I know it was me that bought it. And then I'll just tune it on the wide bands. But I ordered everything the same day from Fuel Moto and Dennis Kirk. That was Thursday or Friday. I still don't have shipping and tracking information from Fuel Moto. Normally, I have tracking information from Dennis Kirk. However, I didn't this time. So I thought, it's really weird. It's Monday. I don't have tracking information from Dennis Kirk yet. Usually, they're on it. You want to know why Dennis Kirk didn't send me tracking information? Because it's Monday and it's all sitting here in my hand. I have ordered from JP Cycles, Revzilla, you name it, I've ordered from them. They all suck. They all absolutely suck. It takes forever. This is pre-COVID as well. It takes forever to get stuff from any of these companies. Like Dennis Kirk, every single time that I've ever ordered from them, and I'm telling you, I order a bunch of stuff, thousands a year, just doing customer bikes, handlebars. I ordered tons of handlebars. It's usually here literally the next day, if not 2 days. So I just want to give a shout out to them. I absolutely love those guys. I try to order all my parts on there, but like, I don't believe that they had the S&S pump. They didn't have, or no, they had it, but it was, Fuel Moto was just way cheaper on it. And I like to support Fuel Moto too, because, you know, with their tunes and stuff that they can send me, that I can get the tune close before I take it to the dyno and stuff. But anyway, we'll go over the parts that I ordered. Ordered the S&S Quickie push rod kit. I've used a bunch of different push rods. I've used Screaming Eagle push rods. I've used S&S, Fuel Moto, just a bunch of push rods. And I feel like S&S's instructions, which I don't need instructions, but it is important to know the thread pitch of all the push rods, because like Screaming Eagle push rods, when you back them off of the lifter, you only go 3/4 of a turn, whereas with the S&S you go a full turn. So got those, and then I ordered the other timing chain. I can't remember if this is the inner or outer. Yeah, this is the inner. I didn't have the inner, so I needed that. I just ordered a Screaming Eagle clutch spring. This thing's not going to make crazy power. Maybe 100 horsepower or something like that. But yeah, I just went ahead and ordered a clutch spring because this one kind of slips already. So it probably needs clutches, but I'll get to that. And then the coolest part, I think, of all the stuff I ordered from Dennis Kirk is the Fueling cam install kit. For the reason being, ARP hardware. I mean, you can't get any better than ARP. It does come up with the block off plates for the tensioners and stuff, but we're not going to do that. I have the billet tensioners from S&S. You got Loctite. You've got Timken inner roller bearings. ARP lube, of course. It comes with the gasket kit, of course, for cam install, with the for the lifter blocks, all the O-rings for push rod tubes and stuff, which I don't need those because I ordered a whole new kit. But it also comes with the copper crush gaskets for the exhaust, which I've never really had any good luck out of those. I've done those quite a bit. I've always had to either silicone them or take them back out and get new ones and change them. I really like just the OE style gaskets, you know, the shiny, whatever they call them, the crush gaskets or whatever. So, but yeah, that's the parts that we got. The jugs should be done this week. and all the fuel moto parts maybe be here sometime this week. It's Monday at 3 o'clock, and I still don't have tracking information for them, so we'll see. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.